Next, our topic is QBasic statements. The commands or the instructions which are called statements. These statements are given to perform some particular task. Then let us see how many QBasic statements we have. The first one is assignment statement. What it will do? The assignment statement will assign a value to the variable during we write the program. Means when we are writing a program, at the same time, say at that time only we will assign a value to the variable. To assign a value we use let command. Okay, so this let is an assignment statement. Next is input statement. This is used to assign a value to the variable during the execution of the program. Okay, for example, if we take a input a, then when I'm writing a program, I'm not going to assign a value to the variable a. I will assign the value at the time when I execute the program. So for that we call input statement. Next is output statement. You all know that when we are writing a program to get some output, obviously we have to see the output. To see that output, we use the output statements. Example is print. Okay. Now, you all know what is REM statement because I have already explained you. It is a non-executable statement which is written for the user purpose. Okay. Like we should know what we are writing. For that, we are writing this statement. Next is conditional statement. Using this, we check for some condition, and depending upon the condition, if it is true, some execution will happen. If it is false, then some other steps execution will happen. And then what is this looping statement? It is nothing but suppose I want same set of instruction to be repeated for many number of times. So writing for many number of times is time waste, right? So what I will do, I will write those statements only one time and then I will tell them to repeat it for some number of times depending upon the condition. That is called looping statement. I hope it is clear. Next, let us learn about the let statement. Let statement assigns a value to the variable in a program, stores a value in the memory location. You can see the syntax how we will use this let command. Let, and then we will write the variable, and then in front of that we will write either a constant value or a value which will vary or an expression. Okay, so I will show you some examples also. Let a is equal to 50. Here what I'm doing, I'm assigning a constant value to the variable. Now see the second example. Let a is equal to b. What I'm doing, whatever the value of a is there, the same value I'm assigning to the variable b. And in the third example, you can see let $a is equal to computer. Here what I am doing, I am assigning a string variable, a string value to the string variable. Now, next you can see let a is equal to b plus c. Here what I am doing, I am assigning an expression like whatever the sum of b plus c, that value will be saved in the variable a. Okay, so let us see one small example using how to use a let statement. In the example, we are going to add two numbers using the let statement. Let us see how to write this program. First, I will write CLS. Then in the second line, I will write REM program to add two numbers using let statement. Sorry, using let statement. Okay. Now what I will do here first, let a is equal to 10. Now let b is equal to 20. Now next line, let c is equal to a plus b. Then I am going to print c. Why? Because our output is saved in the variable c, right? So print c and end. So when I run this program, what will happen? Yes, the output of the two numbers will be displayed. So what is the output? See, what will be the output for this program? 10 plus 20 is equal to 30. So the number 30 will be displayed on your output screen. Okay. Any doubt? I hope it is very clear because it is very easy. Here just I have assigned two numbers to the two variables, and the third variable I have assigned one expression where I am adding those two numbers and the sum will be saved in the third variable. I hope it is very clear. Okay. Next, let us move further. What is there? See here, I am just showing you one example. I am not writing because already I have written and I have shared the screen here. What I am doing, I want to do some calculation. You can see for the variable a, I have assigned an expression x square plus y square, and for the variable b, I have assigned an expression a square is a square plus x y, and for the variable c, a plus b. These are the expressions. I want to write a program for this. So what I am doing, see in the first line CLS, and in the second line I am assigning a value to the x as 2, and in the third line the value of y as 5. So I will write the expressions like this. A is equal to x exponential 2 plus y exponential 2. Next line, b is equal to a exponential 2 plus x into y. C is equal to a plus b, and print a colon, sorry, a semicolon, b semicolon and c semicolon, means all the three variables output I am printing in this program. You can see how the QBasic screen will look when I am writing the program, which is in blue color, and I am also showing here the output screen. See, the value of A, it is showing here as what? 29. The value of B, it is showing as 851, and the value of C, it is showing as 880. Is it correct, children? Sure? Yes, I want you all to do this program, check and let me know whether it is correct or not. Okay? Okay, students. Next, see, input statement. See, in this input statement, we will assign a value to the variable during the execution of the program. Okay, the syntax you can see here, input variable. See, if the variable is only a or b or num1 or num2, then we are going to assign a numeric value. If the variable has a dollar symbol, then we have to assign a value as string value we have to assign to that variable. Now let us see the same example, like adding two numbers using the input statement. How to write a program, let us see. Again same thing, CLS. Next here I will write rem, add two numbers using input statements. Okay, next I will write input number 1. Next, input number 2. Then sum is equal to number 1 plus number 2. Next, print sum. Next, end. So what will happen in this program? In this program, I have taken two variables as num1 and num2, where I have not assigned a value to the variable. When I run this program using F5, what will happen? I will find, see, I'll show you the output screen, how it will be. Okay. See, output screen, it will show, it will ask you to enter the what? Number. So first number I will enter as 10, and the second number I will enter as again the 10. So what will be the output? The moment you press enter, you can see as the 20 number output on your screen. Okay, so on your output screen you will see three numbers. One, the first number, one, the second number, and the third number, which is the output for your program. Is that clear, students? Okay, let us move further. See, next we will write one program and we will run and see. In this program, you can see on the screen, I have written CLS print what is your name, and you can observe here what is your name is in double quotes. Means when I run this program, what is your name will be displayed on your screen. And next you can see input name dollar, means it will wait for you to enter your name. Now I will enter some name and press enter. After I pressing enter, again it will display in which standard are you studying. Why? Because that is also written in the double quotes. So it will display as it is. And below that, what is the statement? Input class dollar. Here again it will ask you to enter you are in which class. The moment you enter the data, what will be displayed? What is your school name? Again below that, school dollar is the variable where you have to enter the name of the school. So after that, you can observe what it is, the statement. Print statement. Hi. It is in double quotes. So it will be printed as it is. Then name dollar. So in place of name dollar, what will be printed? The name which I have entered, that will be displayed here. Hi, name dollar is studying in, will be displayed as it is because it is in double quotes. Then class dollar, in this place the value which you have entered for class dollar will be displayed. And then standard and he is from will be displayed as it is because that same thing is written in the double quotes. And then school dollar. So the value which you have entered to the school dollar variable will be displayed in that place. And then end. So let us see how our output screen will look for this program. See, in the first line what it is displaying, as I told you, it is displaying what is your name. And in the example, the user has given as his name as Sachin. Okay. And then you see in which standard are you studying. It is displayed as it is. And the user has entered the value as 6. And next, it is again asking, what is your school name? The user has entered the value as Sri Chaitanya Techno School. Okay, so what is the final output it is showing? Hi, Sachin is studying in 6th standard and he is from Sri Chaitanya School. This is the output it is showing because I have written a program to get this output. I hope children it is very clear. The same program is there in your textbook also. I want each one of you, please go through the textbook, analyze the program, and then only you will understand for what which statement is written and what will happen to that particular statement. All these things you have to analyze. The more you analyze, the better way you can write the programs. I hope it is clear. Now, next is output statement. You all know what is output statement. From the beginning of this lesson, we are going through this output statement. Suppose if you are printing some string, then you are writing that in double quotes. If you are printing a number, then no need to put the double quotes. You all know this, right? Now, let us see one thing here in the example. You can see here, I have written one example program. Let A is equal to 30, let B is equal to 25, let C is equal to A plus B. Here I'm assigning a value A plus B value to as a sum value to the variable C. But you can see how I have printed that. Print A, comma, B, comma, then sum is written in the double quotes and then one semicolon and C5. You know what is the difference between this semicolon and comma I have placed here? Yes, that is what we have to learn. A comma is used between two variables while printing to give one tab space. You all know the tab space, right? Once if you press a tab, it leaves some particular gap, right? So to leave that gap, they are using a comma here. You can see the output screen. After the number 30, so much gap is given, that is because of comma. And then 25, that is the value of variable B. Again, some gap is given because comma is there. Next, sum is printed as it is because it is written in the double quotes. After that, you can see I have given a semicolon. Why I have used a semicolon? Because I don't wanted one tab space here. I wanted only one single space, one character space. For that, we have to use this semicolon. If you use semicolon, you can see in the output screen that after sum it has given only one character gap or one single space gap and it has printed the output as 55. Now you all understood, to give one tab we have to use comma, and in the same way to give one single space we have to use semicolon. Now you can see on the screen, my name is Roshan. It is written using one single space. Why? Because you can see the print statement. In the print statement, I have given $, then what I have given? Semicolon, $, semicolon, $C. So what is happening? It is leaving one finger space and it is printing the next word. I hope it is clear. I hope you have understood everything. Now, next is QBasic program. Okay, to display a simple message, good morning, to display the thought, prevention is better than cure. See, this is a lab activity. They are asking you to do this lab activity. So when you come to school, you can practice this, children, or if you have computer at home, if you have QBasic, or you can even install from the internet. Okay, and you can practice all these things.